Hey, by the way, before we get into this, whoever left that comment that said I was the internet's laziest music nerd, I appreciate you. For some reason, I cannot heart react that comment. Your comment doesn't pop up on my video. When I go to my YouTube studio, for some reason, normally, okay, there's a normal comment section and then there's a held for review. That's for the people that use the no words, okay? Your comment pops up in the normal section, but it has a check and a trash can underneath it like it's in the held for review section. That's normally what pops up in a held for review comment. And it's not there. And if I click the check, it does nothing. I can't heart react it. I thought the comment was funny. I don't know if you like me or not. You might not even be here. You might have just been talking trash. But I genuinely thought that comment was funny. I will say, though, I for sure listen to more music than Anthony Fantano. So if anything, he's a lazy music nerd. Anyways, this is TikTok's new most hated user. She doesn't deserve... Thank you for the parentheses. I would have never been able to figure it out on my own. This is where we've gone with YouTube. You need to know how to feel in the title.
This is Kaitlyn Campbell.
If the title says one thing, but the entire video says something different, you're going to be ruined because people are going to go solely off the title.
I doubt we'll ever see another comment.
This is the coffee person, right?
Brutal as her.
Didn't listen to the rules at Wonka's little operation. I see hate from North Korea. Why do people say fit check? Like, no, it doesn't. Okay.
She gets called Heavy Potter, Lesbian Peter Griffin, and White Kim Jong-un. Although
for being cringe or what?
Kaitlyn Campbell's content,
I've seen like one of this person's videos and they just made coffee.
You might argue that she really doesn't deserve it.
Dude, holy shit. This is literally going to be one of those examples of like, this person isn't even cringe. They're just, I really thought that maybe there would be like, you know, those every once in a while you get one of those videos by like coffee people where they're like, I need my coffee, or they're like wacky and it's like super cringe. I mean, I'm not saying that warrants bullying. You know my outlook on like cringe related content. I think it's actually secretly some of the most entertaining content, and those people do not deserve to be mindlessly bullied. But yeah.
Her videos focus on the uncontroversial topic of coffee, initially posting tutorials on how to make certain types or use specific pieces of gear.
My goal on TikTok is to help you brew the best coffee you possibly can at home.
Since she was also promoting her own product called Street Brew, Kaitlyn added videos talking about how she ran her business.
Welcome to the day in the life of a 29-year-old.
Did she say some wild shit about creating a business?
Small business owner who makes coffee for a living.
And while this was already hard enough to manage,
running a small business, running any kind of business is tough. There are going to be bad days, there are going to be bad seasons, there are going to be days you want to throw in the towel.
there was another thing making it even harder.
From the moment I started posting on TikTok, I was met with hate and trolls and negative comments. Like,
really?
the moment I started posting.
Why do you say really? Like, that's a huge shock, bro. Have you been on the internet recently, man? It is filled with hypersensitive people that enjoy bullying. But when that's directed at them, they get hyper defensive. You know, I think I already said hyper defensive. I've learned that especially the past like week and a half. Your video can be like completely like relatively harmless and people get like hypersensitive. You can just simply be like, hey, there's accusations against this guy, but I don't know if they're true or not. But, you know, if they are, it looks pretty weird. And people will be like, what the fuck? That is the world. You know what I mean? You guys know, as a heavy consumer of cringe content, you know, the Cringe-topia videos, I actually really enjoy cringe-related content, and I'm actively against, like, heavy bullying, which is strange because I consume that type of content, and I do poke fun, but, like, this whole, like, bullying the person every single day, like, there's a difference between, like, a little banter and every single comment you leave is just, like, kill yourself, you're fat. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like there's some levels here. Like, we can have a little banter. They seem to have a good sense of humor. They could probably handle some jokes at their expense, seemingly maybe make some back to you. But when you're just like fucking mean for no reason, what are you doing? It kind of makes me think that maybe you got something going on.
You're like, here's some coffee.
Yeah, and
they're
just
like, I
like
hate you.
destroy.
On an early video encouraging people to open their own business, Kaitlyn received comments such as, maybe start a gym, CEO of food, and all you do is roast coffee beans, calm down.
See, these types of comments are funny on videos where somebody like is talking trash. Like if you get a girl that's of size who's just like, I don't like men like this, or you need to make like blah blah blah, like 100,000 a month or whatever, and you know they're just like, I don't like ugly men, or you know, just overall being like a terrible personality. When I see comments like that on those videos, I don't really feel bad because you're kind of warranting it. You know what I mean? Kind of like when some of the comments I receive because I kind of warrant it, but like on a random video, like there's like rules. You know what I'm saying? You leave normal people that are just trying to do normal shit alone. You know what I mean?
This understandably began to hurt her.
You definitely don't go to their videos, you know? I think that's probably the wildest part I have about it. Is that like actually going to their videos? You know, I don't know.
Feelings.
Definitely like really bothered me because like in real life people aren't jerks like that.
Yes.
Yeah, no shit.
It's a very important point to make.
So much that Kaitlyn felt the need.
Yeah, no shit. Like I'm not, dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I legit have, I don't want to say epiphanies, but I have like I go through, I don't want to say bouts of depression either, but it's like very, like I do a lot of thinking sometimes because it seems like on the internet, you have to appeal to like that edgy nature of like everyone's kind of an asshole to each other. And sometimes I really fucking hate it. Like, let's be real here. Sometimes I really fucking hate it. But then sometimes like I'll get a reply or something or a comment and I'll like want to participate in it. You know what I mean? I do it all the time. But like in person, this shit doesn't happen. So like I have many nights where I'm just like, what do I want to, like, how do I want to go forward? Because like this negativity all the time is not really my speed. You know what I mean? Like in my regular life with my regular job, it's just not like that.
To reply to the negative comments. Building a community. Yeah, you started it all. Never claimed I started it all. How can you be good at coffee? The same way you can be.
What the? These are, Tommy's a hater, bro. And it's weird. It's all men, dude. But like, what do you mean? How can you be good at coffee, man? What do you mean? I understand. Listen, as a black coffee enjoyer, you can just drip coffee Folgers for me. I will drink the coffee at Waffle House black, right? Don't care. However, I've had some truly good fucking coffee before, and espresso. There's some skill involved there.
Good at anything else. Practice and make better coffee. You're just making coffee. Everyone is good at making coffee. I beg to differ, with the continual hate bringing Kaitlyn to a crossroads.
You have two choices. Keep posting content and ignore the trolls, ignore the haters, and go out there and win.
Oh, I'm
or
sorry.
Stop posting content.
Here's my this is normally just black coffee with this has milk in it. This is iced coffee, black iced coffee with milk in it. So this isn't coming from a Starbucks enjoyer, you know what I mean? Somebody who's like, I need 10,000 grams of sugar in my coffee. This is me saying, as someone that enjoys even like the basic level of coffee, there are some people doing crazy things with coffee that are, you know, and even then, bro, sometimes you cave on the caramel macchiato from Starbucks. You don't get it every day. I can't even remember the last time I got one, but you know, it doesn't remind me of coffee. It reminds me like a coffee-ish drink that's super sweet with lots of caramel, but it's good. But I think she's more focused on like the actual like grinding and the temperature and all that, which inherently is like the scientific side and is by default not like the super sugary, but like extracting as much of whatever flavor you want. I don't know, man. I like coffee, so I'm obviously going to be annoyed.
And do something else.
Rather than defending herself, Kaitlyn began embracing the elements that made her page unique.
How I deal with the hate. I don't live and die by the comments. I'm not searching for validation from people who don't know me.
And when asked if she could focus on the coffee and not inspirational speeches, Kaitlyn politely told.
But I request you focus on the coffee and not inspirational speeches. I fucking hate the internet, dude. I hate the internet, man. Or she can just do whatever the fuck she wants. She's making coffee, has her own small business. Can you resist the inspirational speeches? I don't know, man. She's making coffee, which is her passion. You know what I'm saying? And is able to somewhat make a career out of it. I don't know how much money she makes, but like, shut the fuck up.
Told the viewer that she'd keep doing whatever she wanted, which when done this eloquently certainly adds to a person's charm. It's so funny.
It's just amazing to me I'm telling you right now, based on the way the internet works, I can put out a video right now where if I poke fun at a streamer, I'll get a bunch of dislikes. But if I poke fun at this person, it might catch on.
Funny to see people getting so triggered over somebody sharing stuff about their passion. We get it, you don't like coffee. It honestly blows my mind. People get so triggered over coffee. Why are people getting so mad? It's literally...
Thank God. Thank God you showed me the good comments. That is a bad habit of mine, dude. I talk about this, and it doesn't just happen to like comments related to me. I like seemingly hunt out the bad comments. It's part of the reason I don't have Twitter anymore, because Twitter's different, man. Because on YouTube, you have to hunt out the bad comments. You sort by newest, and you just look for like new comments from people talking trash. Twitter like actively tries to show you shit they know you're going to argue about.
Just coffee.
And if you ignored it one day, they'll come up with something else the next day.
In the back. It's so funny to see people get mad you like coffee. Everyone has hobbies, so what's wrong with coffee being one? It's crazy how triggered people get, although this failed to stop the...
I think it's funny, her saying triggered, because she kind of looks like the kind of person that they would make fun of for being triggered. You know, it's this reverse thing that I've been talking about recently, where some of the communities that complain about other people being overly sensitive end up being insanely sensitive themselves.
Rapidly increasing negative comments.
For the most surface level
talking
of
about her daily
talks.
Intake. Viewers berated her by stating, "How about you watch your calorie intake too? You eat 2 chocolate cakes a day though too, yeah? You don't look like you worry about intakes." I guess she didn't really help herself by making lattes out of Fruit Loops, although the shirt she was wearing in the video revealed another reason she perhaps didn't deserve the hate. Kaitlyn explained that she began TikTok because she missed out on her dream job.
So I got rejected from what I thought was like my dream job at the time.
Damn, she's all over the place.
A very big pastoring job.
Which was a role she'd been studying for over 4 years.
So I wanted to go into ministry. That's what I went to school for. I worked in ministry for 4 years.
And while being religious doesn't automatically make her better or moral...
If we're being fair though, I would say, right, for the sake of me enjoying banter, her and Andy Milonakis do have a very similar vibe in the way they sound and look. However, I love Andy Milonakis, so is that even really a burn?
You could say that somebody who dreams of being a church...
We can have a little fun, okay? We don't have to be fucking mean, though, is what I'm saying.
...pastor might be slightly more ethical than the standard TikTok troll. Because Kaitlyn then revealed that 20% of her company's revenue goes to the homeless population in her city, which if anything led to a positive article titled...
You never know when that person you get super worked about online is actually donating money to charity. Rough. Or what they do in their personal life might actually be beneficial to society.
Father-daughter duo.
Turns out everything on YouTube and TikTok isn't real life sometimes, huh?
Behind Street Brew Coffee wants to serve up real change for Toronto's homeless. Kaitlyn also managed to land a spot on breakfast television until her positive path was reversed by one single TikTok that created a whole new wave of hate.
Making coffee is harder than your 9 to 5.
Hear me out. First you have to weigh out your coffee to the exact gram, and then you have to get it ground up.
Uh-oh. We know how this comment gets people going. The construction workers are gonna show. It's the Hassan video all over again.
It is exhausting turning this crank over and over again.
Hey, have we just learned that it's just never really good to compare how hard your job is to others? You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I've worked both grunt work and mentally demanding jobs. I'm not going to sit here and debate over who has it harder.
After weighing out your water and getting it heated up, you have to pour it out in circular motions over and over and over again until you reach the goal weight. The whole process can take 4 to 6 plus minutes, depending on what brew method you're using, just pouring water over and over. Then finally, after all that hard work, you can enjoy the cup, but man, I'm exhausted. I need a nap.
After her TikTok gained over 2 million views,
oh
Kaitlyn
my
was
God,
derided by people working in manual labor.
Making coffee is harder than your 9 to 5.
Dang, that's crazy.
Which were captioned with titles such as, "So thankful I'm not making coffee anytime soon."
I have to read the comments on this. Hey, this is me. Okay, that's her right here. This was such a great video and summary of my social media and small business journey so far. 20% of her profits go to homeless shelters. I feel bad for her, but large business owner killed me. I mean, I will admit, like, you know, I will laugh at banter, but there's a difference between somebody doing a little banter and like just genuinely being a hater. You know what I mean? If I remember correctly, when I first saw a TikTok by her positive vibe immediately made me smile. Probably the only time a TikToker didn't deserve backlash. Imagine being hated for your looks when all you wanted to do was promote your brand. The fact that real life, I mean, I will say, and I still stand by this, no matter what you do as a career, it is almost never a good idea to hop on TikTok and talk about how it's actually harder than somebody else's job in some way. Like in any way, really. It can be socially draining. You can say it's harder than 9 to 5 because of this or that. Doesn't matter. It's not a fucking good idea. It's not a good idea.
Honestly don't know how I'd manage. When a similar duet
Because then you'll get assholes like me being like, what?
over 13,000 upvotes, most people managed to realize that Kaitlyn's video was satire. However,
Oh, wait,
it
she
seems
sat?
as though the backlash was exactly what
I didn't even know if she was being satire. I thought maybe she was being legit, but that makes total sense. I'm so caught up in the hater mentality that I didn't even think that maybe her saying like I have to pour coffee or pour water every 5 minutes and then I take a nap after the coffee was satire. That's what the online brain rot fucking does to you. Now that I think about it, it does seem kind of obvious that it's satire.
she wanted.
Yeah, I'm just trying to engagement bait. That's my goal.
Given a single negative tweet bashing Kaitlyn would explode her mainstream presence. The post
Nickelodeon
featured
and
a
its
video of
consequences?
Kaitlyn with the caption, "What is
You've never seen like a woman with this body type?
this phenotype? Nickelodeon and its consequences." To which
Visit Florida.
Kaitlyn politely
Go to Disney World one day.
responded, "Oh hey, that's me. I just love my job and want to make people smile," which
Damn.
wound up gaining over 30 million views. Her humble response led to favor from the media, as well as a shout out from an Instagram page called Quentin Quarantino, with the post gaining almost 70,000 likes. Kaitlyn explained how much the hate had helped her grow.
A couple days ago, a troll posted one of my pop-up videos in the hopes of tearing me down and spreading negativity, but it backfired in the best way possible. We were flooded with orders. We had our best sales day ever. We grew thousands of
I want to see if somebody can keep this mentality, be a little bit more edgy, right? Because the goody two shoes thing doesn't really appeal to me, and it's fine if it appeals to you. It doesn't really appeal to me. If there could be somebody who's like on the edgy side, is like pro banter and stuff like this, but still is overall like, it's like the train wrecks mentality of just because you're into edgy humor, it doesn't mean you're a bad person type deal. I wonder if that's possible. That's what I want to try to do. The problem is inherently by being involved in anything edgy, you get edgelords who don't really contribute anything. You know what I mean?
followers and just got
And I mean that shit. Like genuinely. They're just like there are basement dwellers who just have never done anything. You know what I mean? Who just
so much positive feedback, comments, and
they're part of that
Although
community.
with a bigger Instagram following, Kaitlyn faced another problem. While TikTok automatically filters hateful comments, Instagram isn't quite so generous, and as a result her posts filled with nothing but brutal insults. In the process, Kaitlyn cultivated the world's most dedicated hater, Anonymous51782, who went through all of her old posts to write negative comments.
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. There's a difference between like a throwaway comment, like say you watch a video and you're like, oh, that's cringe, or ooh, whatever. There's a difference between that. First off, I think there's levels. There's banter, then there's talking shit, and then there's being obsessed. You know what I'm saying? This is when it starts to, when I see, I don't even need to read the comments, but when I know like all of these comments are hate related, there's something personal going on in this person's life that they feel the need to consistently bring this shit up. You are a wasted life. That's projecting. It's 100% projecting. This person at least has a business, you know, and makes coffee, has something dedicated to do. If you were probably running a business, you wouldn't have the time to comment this much on this person's content. You know what I mean? You're literally, it's 19 weeks ago. They're going to, it could have been all in the same week, but like it could also be in the same hour. Just going through watching this person's comment or content, commenting whatever you want. This is a person that fucking hates themselves. Like, let's be real here.
On all of them. Kaitlyn's haters also developed a whole new style of comment, simply writing hate from followed by their place. There was hate from Epstein's Island, hate from St. Jude's Children's
I will say that hate from Epstein's Island is like, that's where you want the hate from. You know what I mean? This guy, like, if all the people on Epstein's Island hate you, you're probably doing good morally in your life.
Hospital, hate from the front lines of Ukraine, and hate from the cartels. But more simply, there was hate from Australia, which gained the attention of the Yo Mama's House podcast.
This is one of the biggest ones that goes. People just
Did he say yo mama's house? It's your mom's house.
Hate from Australia. Hey, hater. We're on the other side of the world. Just want you to know that I hate you.
In a 13-minute video talking about the hate, Tom Segura pointed out that the comments were getting more likes than she had followers.
Ignore all the positive comments. 70,000 likes. I don't know.
And she doesn't have like 1 million followers. This is a meager account.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on here?
40,000, which is not nothing for sure.
Although it'd be also through this video that Kaitlyn's following quadrupled,
Yeah, of
which
course.
she capitalized on in a pretty clever way by launching a Hate from Australia coffee blend.
Oh my
Talk about
God.
turning lemonade from lemons. Brilliant marketing move. As a result, Kaitlyn became a guest on the podcast.
So we got your
Like, how do you get this winning mentality here? Like, how? Like, this is what's so crazy about this is it's one thing when I talk shit and I get like a comment talking shit back to me because it's like whatever, right? I've initiated the shit talking, but like this is a person who legitimately never talked shit from the get-go. Like out the gate was never talking shit and is consistently getting railed on, but somehow maintains a winner's mentality. That's fucking crazy. Like I know this is like corny shit to say, but I'm genuinely jealous of this shit. I'm genuinely jealous of the way that this person continuously gets shit on and is just like, whatever. I have a coffee business. I don't know. I just really, as long as I have my coffee, like, holy fuck.
Mom's House coffee, and then the Hate from Australia, which is actually Australian coffee. So nice
This
blend.
is?
And when given the chance to slam her competition, she'd instead do the opposite.
I've heard a lot of coffee enthusiasts say that Starbucks is crap. What's your take on that?
We owe a lot of third wave coffee success to Starbucks, so no animosity there. They started the third wave coffee
Telling you, dude.
movement. Without them, local roasters like me wouldn't exist.
Kaitlyn then expanded on her strategy for dealing with hate.
I know who I am as a person. I'm very confident in who I am. I have a great support system.
That's awesome.
A very close circle of people, and they can call me on my BS, and they're more than allowed to. And if you're not in my close circle, I don't really care about your opinion.
Such
Damn,
a
son.
good way.
After which she and Tom filmed a classic TikTok workout, and with comments such as "Tom Segura brought me here and you're now my favorite person," it seemed her appearance on the podcast had made a significant impact. Kaitlyn's therefore become so popular she's had to reject certain coffee events.
We're getting emails. They're like, "Oh, we want to come here. Want to come here?" We're like, "Absolutely not. We are
Wow.
taking the rest of the year off."
With her social media journey being best summarized by the following comment: "Words cannot express how much love I have for all the hate you've gotten. Look what happens when you're a good sport and roll with the punches while staying true to your original mission. So happy for you."
That's crazy, man. Like, I mean, it does make you wonder if like we had an influx of people like her that even if they were like me, they just had that same mentality of just like not even giving it like the time of day if it wasn't contributing to the conversation, you know, because it's hard. It's genuinely hard to resist, at least to me, and obviously to other people, because that's what like 90% of people are doing online is arguing. If most people could just kind of learn to do what she's doing and just be like, whatever. Like even me, as somebody that occasionally talks trash in videos, right? Like we could maybe calm down and stop taking this online banter so serious. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that's said online is just not going to be said in person anyways. You know what I mean? So it's not even worth it at the end of the day. So I don't know, man. I'm sure the people from Bald's video, I'm sure they really fucking hate her. There are probably some people from that community in particular talking shit on her comments. So be it.